G'day punters, coming to you from Arkaringa Station, north of Cooper, south of Udnadatta, just out here at the Painted Deserts. But this isn't what the video is about. The video is about the issue I had with the Landcruiser. I'd driven it about 11 hours in pretty rough country, Fink Road out the Fink, Old Garn Heritage Track, up to the turn off to Maryvale, then down into Chambers Pillar, back out the same route, then north again until the Hugh River Stock Route, then left, heading west until we hit the Sturt Highway. Probably 3 hours were in four-wheel drive, and out of that 3 hours, probably 1 hour was in low four-wheel drive with either the rear locker locked or the rear locker and front locker locked. Anyhow, when we came out the other end at Stuarts Well, we pulled up there and I noticed some drips coming out from the front of the vehicle, and I thought, that's a strange place for the air conditioning to be dripping from, and it wasn't, it was the diff. So we stayed at Stuarts Well, and the vision follows. Pulled into Stuarts Well, it's about 100 k's south of Alice Springs, where we're going to go for a drive, or park up here, the camper caravan anyhow, and just go for a drive up this national park up a little bit further north and back to the east, Rainbow something or other. But out the front there I noticed there was wet spots on the ground. I've got an oil leak in the front diff. It's not the diff pinion seal. I don't know if it's coming from the locker actuator or it's the housing, the Diff Centre housing that's come loose, so I'm just going to pull the wheel off and have a sticky go. Well, I can't quite make out where the oil leak's coming from. I think it's coming from between the front diff housing and the Diff Centre. I feel like a little bit of gasket's popped out here. I don't know if you can see that, just there. But that shouldn't happen, it's got a breather on it. So I go around and nip up all those bolts. I think I've got some spare diff oil on the truck too, so I'll check the diff oil level and top it up and give it all a good clean. The diff oil I've got in a 2 litre container, so it's going to be a bit hard to get in there, isn't it? In the diff. Anyhow, I got a bit of spare hose that I carry with me and a funnel. The hose won't fit in the hole, fill a hole. The funnel will. Makeshift funnel. Just found a water bottle in the bin, pulled it out, cut it up. Bit of cloth around it just to try and seal it up. That should be good enough to get some oil in there, hopefully. Yeah, I reckon it was the housing bolts or nuts, a bit loose. See, look at that, you can see that loose as sin. See what that one's like. A bit harder to get to, that one. I'll have to take that off. Yeah, try this one. Yeah, loose as sin. I'll have to go around and tighten up the back ones as well, just to make sure. Hopefully we haven't destroyed that gasket in there. Yeah, the top 3 or 4 nuts on that diff housing were loose. One of them was sort of almost finger tight. So I've done it up as tight as I'm willing to go. I've just dropped the jack down a bit. I've put a spirit level on the diff, so I know the diff's level from side to side, so I can top it up with oil. Need the boss for that. She's on the phone, so I'll wait for her. Once I've done that, then I'll give it a good clean and put the wheel back on. Just keep an eye on it. I'm going to check the breather as well. The breather's located about there. It's just a push on. I think they're called Neato fittings. Push on, push off. So I'll take it off and give it a blow through. The actual breather itself is located up inside the engine bay. So give it a blow through and make sure it's not blocked. The diff actually took a bit more oil than I was expecting, probably close to a litre. So it's been leaking a little bit. It was dripping pretty fast. It's all cleaned up now. So, and all those nuts are done up. Next leg of our trip, so I'm just bitumen down towards Cooper, not all the way down.
I think it's about 300 something k's. So I'll give it a check when we get to our destination tomorrow. I think it's a free camp. And if we've still got problems, we're not too far out of Cooper Pedy, so I'll be able to sort out a diff gasket there, hopefully.
Well, that was interesting, wasn't it? It's not the sort of thing I've ever experienced before, where the top 4 or 5 nuts on diff housing have come loose. A couple of them sort of almost finger tight. Now, as I've shown you, I've tightened them all up, and I've cleaned it up since then, and we've done a bit of rough country and a bit of mileage since then, and I've checked it, and it's not leaking anymore, so just keep an eye on it, as I've mentioned. Something for you to keep an eye on.